Hello, I'm Tyler Hartman, and I'm going to be discussing the importance of the Amish to American history. Quick intro: the Amish were a Anabaptist sect that originated in Switzerland, Germany area, and they came to the United States at the invitation of William Penn. They're known for resisting modernization and often are jailed for not educating their children properly. They resist electric projects, they're anti-war, and they refuse government subsidies and social security type programs. The resistance to modern conveniences are connected to the fact they believe that sacrifice and hard work brings them closer to God. They believe in cooperation, responsibility, humility, and skill development. Scholar Daniel O'Neill wrote in his article explaining the Amish that they believe in the literal reading of the Bible. They don't encourage people to boast of that biblical knowledge, and they view claims of being saved as pretentious, as they believe in being saved as a community. They also believe in the dignity of tradition and not glorifying progress, as well as the importance of setting an example. Amish scholar John Hostetler wrote that their success and their ability to survive and thrive in the United States is due to their redemptive communities, moderation in the use of technology, strong family and hard work, and their effective use of silence. Their reading of the Bible leads them to believe in the fall of Adam that left the world needing redemption from God, that redemption was provided through Christ, and that they owe him a great debt to prove worthy by faith, gratitude, and humility, and that they offer this as a community. They must live separate from the world in a redemptive society, meaning they avoid seeking comforts. They don't love material things, and they abhor individualism. They also avoid anything that leads to self-reliance because it weakens that community. The root of their interesting relationship with technology comes from their belief in the soil, that it was created by God for the Garden of Eden, and that they are to be stewards and laborers of the earth. They allow for some progress, but they don't want it to change their society in a way that wipes out the simplicity, humility, and dependence on each other. For example, they don't have phones in their house, but using a payphone down the street is perfectly acceptable. This is to prevent the overuse of the phone by making it inconvenient. Another example is that they use a horse and buggy because it is not very scalable, and it can keep them closely knit to their family units. And they also can't work at night because they don't affix lights to that horse and buggy. This resistance to modern technology and institutions causes them to not have insurance, and often once they have a medical issue, it goes undiagnosed or untreated for many years, leading to worse outcomes. Their strong sense of family and hard work comes from a lot of sources. One being that parents must be examples for their children. They tailor their education for their children. Schools are not created by the church or by the government, but by parents. The Amish don't recognize divorce or birth control. They encourage large families to help support each other. Their worship is home-centered. They live close enough to other congregants that they can meet in their own homes. They resist church structure and hold meetings at a very small scale, and the preachers are selected by lot. Settler talks about the sparing use of words. It's their way of living, forgiving, and embracing the community with charity. Once a member confesses of a sin, it is forgiven and never spoken of again. They don't argue. They let their actions speak louder than words. And they follow Christ in his example when he did not protest to Pilate or answer his questions and suffered silently on the cross. The value here is that the lessons that they have for Christians and other Americans, as we have lost some of our core values a little bit, is diminished. Intimate family and community relationships, respect for children and grandparents, religion as a way of life, mutual help in time of need, restraint and control over technological influences, and the importance of taking care of the elderly. I think if Americans were to model the Amish use of restraint, both in technology and in words, and their love of humility, it would be very good for our country and for Christians in general.